Hello everyone, I'm Tofu, we're on Ewetopia, my all-sheep island, and I've just hit 3 stars, which means I'm going to be doing an entrance build today. So, let's jump into it and get cracking. So, much like any of the builds I do nowadays, I've done a bit of pre-planning. So I've done a few of the floor codes, and I've marked where I want some various trees. And there is a little bit that I would like to do just down this strip of essentially painting design codes onto the floor. But yeah, let's get on that and put our hard hat on. Fabulous. So, as always, any of the design codes I use will be in the description below, so if you want to check out the creator or use the codes yourself, then feel free. The flooring code, this one here, it's actually done by BoisCrossing, so massive shout out to them, and like I said, the code will be down in the description, so feel free to check it out. So usually I would do this in a kind of time lapse, but I wanted to essentially say just a massive thank you to everyone, anyone, for the support, the love, just everything regarding my trivia video that I released. It's absolutely blown up, and yeah, at the point of recording, I think it was just about hit 6k views, which is phenomenal. I think the closest I'd got to that previously was 1.5k for long form content. One of my shorts hit 2k, so it's absolutely blown everything out of the water. The amount of likes I've got is phenomenal, the amount of comments I've got, just all the support, all the love for it. Just thank you so much, guys. Like, honestly, it's really blown me away. I would say the biggest take from the trivia video is that a lot of people didn't realise that Sasha is a boy, which I find is a little strange, but then I have had him on 3 of my islands before, and so if you've only ever really seen him like through the Nintendo Direct when they initially announced all the new characters for the 2.0 update, I can get it. He's kind of androgynous, so yeah. And like I said, if you've never had him on your island before, then you wouldn't necessarily notice the fact he's got lazy personality, lazy dialogue. But yeah, I just found it funny how many people have questioned the fact that he's not a girl. But anyway, again, thank you very much for, like I said, all the support, and there will definitely be another fact video. I'm currently working on a script, I guess, but I can't say when it will be released because, yeah, I've been very busy as of recent. Oh, Hans has knocked a bug out of the way. Anyway, yeah, I've been very busy recently, and the editing for that trivia video that just came out took absolutely ages, and so I will be doing it in between my various kind of builds, villager hunts, and editing all of my wife's videos, and obviously making the thumbnails, etc, etc. But for anyone that has joined me off the back of that trivia video and you've not checked out my back catalogue, this is an all-sheep island. I plan to have no terraforming at all because it's a Cottagecore island, which is my safe zone. However, I wanted to challenge myself a little bit, and I've never done a no terraforming island before. So that's where this has kind of come about. And I'm using this train track, the railway line code, just because I've always wanted to use one in one of my islands and I never have done. So yeah, I found this and I love it. It's great, and like I said, code will be in the description. But as a way to hide the quote-unquote entrance and the exit, I guess, for want of a better word, I'm going to be using these caves. Fantastic. And then, like I've already mentioned, these green dots will be where I place a load of trees, and so that will hide a little bit of the caves, making it just feel a little bit more cottagecore-y, a little bit more natural, because that's what I want at the end of the day. I did choose early in the morning as far as the game time to try and record this, because I was hoping that the villagers would not be out and about, but that's already been proven wrong. As you can see, Hans is chasing butterflies and failing to catch them. I think I saw Stella on the horizon as well. But anyway, we're going to be moving on, and let's place down a few trees and various other bits and bobs. I guess we'll start with the fencing first, because obviously being a railway line, you don't necessarily want people to come on the track. That's too close. There we go, that's where I wanted it. So, like I said, I have done a bit of planning. I like to plan these kind of things out, because the last thing I'd want to do is get halfway through a build and then just kind of draw a blank and not realise what I actually want to do. And yeah, it slows down the episode, obviously slows down the recording. It kind of, I guess, will be noticeable if you then notice the fact that my flow is kind of off. But yeah. And like I said, this is Cottagecore, so this is definitely my safe space. I didn't want to do 2 challenging islands in a row, because I was thinking of doing a kid core, so very colourful, very pastel, but again, that's something I've never done before, and whilst I'm doing my crime core island as well simultaneously to this, hands, can you please move? Come on, thank you. Yeah, I didn't want to challenge myself. He's just going to be annoying, I guess, so sorry about that, guys. But I didn't want to challenge myself whilst I'm doing my crime core island at the same time, because that's got a lot of fake buildings, and again, that's very much out of my comfort zone. So I didn't want to challenge myself too much creatively, because the last thing I want to do is then potentially unmotivate myself. Can you leave? Not only this building area, but my island, please. Jeez. Yeah, sorry guys. Hans is not cooperating with me today. Okay, so there's majority of the fencing. So I believe I've got a utility pole, which I'm going to place just kind of here-ish. And then a retro transportation stop, which for once I'm actually going to use kind of as a bus stop, or I guess in this case a train stop. And yeah, I use it a lot for fake buildings in my crime island, jail town, so it's nice to actually use it for its intended purpose. I do have a recycling bin as well somewhere. Oh, I guess that's in my my storage, so never mind. And then, okay, party arch just to make rotate. That's the biggest bane of mine. Come on. Okay, fabulous. I got there in the end. So then I have log stakes, which I'm going to use over on this left-hand side, and that will stop people from just walking into this area, which is going to be trees. And very natural, a few bushes, there's going to be flowers, a couple of wheat fields, things like that. I really hope Hans isn't just going to keep walking in this space. I have no hope for it. I think he's just going to constantly get in my way. But there you go, the things we have to live through in Animal Crossing, eh? Right, let's plonk down some flowers and give this the somewhat natural look. I don't have a necessary plan with the colours of flowers. Like on my very first island, I was very specifically using like green mums, blue hyacinths, white cosmos, things like that. I think I'm just going to put down what I think looks good in the area. So for this particular area, there's going to be lots of white and yellow, the occasional green mum. But yeah, there may be various bits of red splashes and orange splashes around the island in various different areas, so we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I do have a angled signpost. Cool, and it's got the little forest customization, so let's just flip that so you can see it properly. Fabulous. Okay, now as I have mostly trees, let's jump on the trees, shall we? So I have got a mixture of the cedar trees, hardwood, and then a few of the cherry trees. And yeah, again, much like The flowers, I don't necessarily intend to use just cherry trees. I have got all the fruit. Please. There we go. So yeah, there might be areas around the island that have all the various different fruits. Again, we'll just see how it goes and play it by ear, essentially. I want this particular one to be a medium tree. So we'll use the fruit to stunt that growth. Yeah, see, I thought I saw Stella on the horizon, so I'm not wrong there. Hello Stella, she is gorgeous. Hopefully she's less annoying than Hans. But even if she was annoying, I would forgive her because she's adorable. So, how is everyone doing? Hay fever is absolutely kicking my butt. Hopefully you don't necessarily hear it on this recording. But yeah, I have been very sniffly. I've been sneezing like nobody's business. And yeah, I just feel stuffed up, bunged up, all the horrible stuff. It's really annoying trying to sleep at night just because it's getting warmer in the UK, surprisingly. And yeah, that means that I wake up and then I start sneezing or coughing, or just my nose is like running like a tap, which is never particularly pleasant. And I'm always afraid of waking Mumsy, my wife, up, or our 1-year-old. And so I end up having to run away and yeah, just go kind of live downstairs for a while until basically I think it's over. And yeah, sometimes I'm just not getting sleep. I have had to go to work a couple of times with literally 2 hours worth of sleep under my belt, and again, that's just not pleasant. But there you go, the things you have to live through during the allergy season, I guess. Hopefully you guys don't suffer from allergies, and you can all just kind of quietly laugh at me and be like, ha, the fool. And I've been taking the various antihistamines, so the allergy drugs and things like that. They just don't seem to work. And then there's plenty of people that also will give me various remedies, like home remedies, like, oh, you've got to try some honey, but it's got to be local honey, so that it's the same kind of, like, almost pollen. Fights against the local pollen. That never worked. I've got one person, strangely, that lives by the advice that if you sting yourself with stinging nettles, then you will not suffer from hay fever. And frankly, that just sounds kind of insane, and I'm not willing to try it. The last thing I want to do is be sneezing and coughing and spluttering, feeling bunged up, and then I'm severely itchy as well. It just sounds like a recipe for disaster, honestly. But yeah, if I can find something that would actually work, that would be fantastic. But they all just, I don't know, they almost look like work for 1 day or 2 days, and then it just goes back to nothing. Like, it doesn't do anything for me. It's almost like my body kind of gets an immunity to that particular antihistamine, and I don't understand why it does that. But like I said, there you go, it's just something I have to live with. It's something I never really got as well. I never had allergies until I was about, well, mid-20s. And then it just hit me, and it hit me hard. But, yeah, like I said, there's not really a great deal I can do about it. I just have to suffer. But hopefully the allergy season goes away pretty quickly. And as I'm nearly done with all these trees, I'll be running off to my storage to get various bits of equipment, flowers and things like that to carry on these little treed off areas. So I'll plonk this last tree down, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, I am back. So I definitely have the garbage, what is it, garbage bin. There we go, cool. So I want this area to feel like it is actually used, you know, as a train stop, as I guess a transport stop. So it makes sense that you would have a little bin there, and someone would come and obviously just take it out every now and again. by the way guys, I want to just say, if I sound a little bit croaky, or if you hear a voice crack, or I have to pop a lozenge in, I am sorry, but my voice is kind of, sorry, my throat is sore, just because I'm having to talk a lot. So yeah, apologies if any of that stuff does happen. Hopefully it won't, but I can't promise anything. So considering, you know, I have planned the majority of this out, there's still a little bit of chaos. You know, it's not a tofu build if I don't have chaos. But I will be dotting a few wheat fields around. One of my favourite items in the entirety of the game, and I absolutely love the fact they brought it in for the 2.0 update. It's just so good. I would say the only issue I have with it, which is both a blessing and a curse, is that it works on obviously half tiles, so you can do that and do like a bit of a zigzaggy, but sometimes it means that you don't actually place it where you would like it to go, and so you need to pick it up and place it down several times. But, you know, some people would just say, get better at placing items, which I will say no. That's just not how I do. I do want to have this area fenced off, so you won't be able to access it from the beach, and so I have got a load of hedges. And there you go, that's what we're going to be doing. Probably shouldn't have done it from the bottom so that I don't get trapped by this tree here, but that's fine. We love a little bit of chaos here on the Tofu Alien channel. So if you are new to this island, you might be wondering why I wanted an all-sheep island. And to put it bluntly, I like the design of the sheep, so I just thought, why not? I've only ever had Stella and then Wendy before, and so I just wanted to give all the sheep a try. Like, I think every single one of them looks cool. I will say Cashmere, sorry, I'm combining Cashmere and Pashmina, that's not cool. But I would say Cashmere is probably my least liked of all the sheep designs. However, because of Jailtown, my crime island, I'm growing fond of a lot of characters that I didn't particularly like, or I thought were just kind of ugly or, you know, badly designed. So I wanted to give Cashmere a chance. I think it's only fair, and maybe she'll grow on me like all the characters from Jailtown. Who knows? Oh, excuse me, I just punched the mic. That's cool. I'm going to blame it on the allergies, guys. If you hear anything weird or I do anything stupid, it's the allergies. Remember, it's always the allergies. I then have a wheat field just to finish off this right-hand side. I will have to get a little bit of fencing just between these two trees. I suppose I could leave it open, but we'll see how it goes. And I'll move on to the... Oh! So you're not just being totally annoying, you're going to give me a reaction? Yes, fabulous. Oh. Is it because I'm saying you're annoying? Is that why you're heartbroken? Well, great. He gave me a reaction. Not the one I wanted. I would have loved the love reaction, but there you go. I don't remember the last time I actually got the love reaction. It's been so long. But I can't use it in any of my thumbnails, which is kind of sad. But there we go. I'll live with what I've got. So, more wheat fields. There is a perfect example of me not placing it where I want to. Am I going to fail again? No, that looks a little bit better. So this one will be open up a little bit. Again, I'm going to have hedges mostly going around here, but you will be able to access it via this little walkway, I guess, through the wheat. However, I do have... I do have a carp banner, which I want to place here. I've just realised I placed a cherry in the wrong place. So I actually want the cherry here. But I don't think this, now that it's turned into a nursery cherry, I don't think that's going to work and stunt this tree's growth. So I'm going to put down the carp banner, put down the bushes, the hedges, the flowers that I want to, and then I'm going to run off, grab another cherry, and place it where I actually want it to be. And now I'm going to fail putting the carp banner down, because why not? Oh, are you kidding? My failing is causing just allergy. Okay. Okay, we got there. What was that? Come on. Okay. So my cherry is going to go into the left hole. This bush is going to go forward in front of the tree, and then I'm going to have hedges running around here. So I'm going to grab a cherry before I block the entirety of this area off. See you in a second. I'm back. I have a cherry. This tree is going to be stunted. Fantastic. Now I'm going to put a bush here. And we'll use the blue hydrangeas because obviously that's the only bush we've got. I'm going to plonk a white Cosmo here. And just a little splash of green, being the green mum here. Fantastic. I will have to go into these areas with all the flowers and then put down a transparent code, just so that they don't breed when I don't want them to, because, yeah, it's kind of annoying when it happens. Yeah, that's definitely something I have learnt from Jailtown. The last thing you want to do is when you place down weeds or various flowers and things like that, if you time skip, which I definitely do, then yeah, they can breed and get really out of control and help to lag out your game, which is not cool. I have a... is it one extra hedge? I do have an extra hedge, so maybe that's where the confusion with this particular fence is. You know what? I can place down hedge here. Yeah, that looks fine. It also adds to the cottagecore and the natural look as well, so yeah, I'm not displeased with that. But now I'm going to have to grab more items, more trees, and we'll work on this little area once you get through the light arch. So again, bear with me. I'm going to run off to my storage and get all the things we need. Okay guys, I'm back. That took a lot longer than I expected because I had a coughing fit in the middle of me gathering all the trees and things. So yeah, that was fun. I have had to pop a lozenge into my mouth just because when I buried that carp banner and I started laughing, that has set me off, and yeah, I've been coughing and now I've got a really sore throat. The joys of failure. But it's fine, I will power through because I love Animal Crossing and I love doing this. It's just so much fun, isn't it? All the designing and yeah, just the good stuff. So I'm going to have a little strip of flowers just down this side next to the fence. I want this just here. Fabulous. There is no real order to the flowers, I'm just kind of doing whatever. I'm going to have the odd weed. I don't think I'm going to have too many weeds on the island. Like I had my first recorded island of Tanglewood, which is a jungle island. That was very just weed filled, very weed heavy, like lots of glow moss as well. And yeah, I want this to be a little bit more, just, I guess, cared for. Obviously the jungle was meant to be very kind of wild, so lots of overgrown areas. But yeah, I don't necessarily want that too much here. I want lots of flowers and bushes and trees obviously, but as far as the weeds, someone's going around and just keeping it in check. Maybe some of the sheep are just nibbling on the weeds, who knows. We'll have a hardwood tree here. Fabulous. Again, I know I've apologised for it, but if I have to clear my throat, I am sorry, but my my throat is quite sore, and this takes quite a toll on your vocal cords, and yeah, it's obviously a lot of talking. It doesn't help when, like I said, I fail miserably and end up burying something that I didn't want to bury. So you will notice that obviously with the design codes, I do end them just abruptly there and then obviously to the left here. I don't want to design too much of the island straight away. I would like to just get everything kind of down, see that I'm happy with it, and then I'll take a little bit of time out, try and plan some other areas and what I want to do next before throwing down more pathing. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to now move on to all these trees, so obviously remove all these green dots. I find that doing this really helps with my my planning, and by actually, essentially I build everything, then dismantle it all, and then rebuild it on camera. So it is a bit of a pain, because obviously, you know, you've got to spend all that time doing it, just to then tear it down and do it again. But at least I know that everything fits, everything has a place, and yeah, all the items will work together, which just is very cool for the peace of mind. The last thing I want to do is put something down and then realise that my grand vision of something doesn't work because a particular item doesn't fit, and then I've got to rearrange literally everything. That just sounds like the worst. So I'm going to be adding a large cedar tree just at the front here, just to add a little bit of depth. So not everything is at the same level. I'll be doing that every now and again, and I'm going to just plant this orange here. But yeah, I do plan to put some bamboo somewhere around the island, but not quite yet. It's going to be hardwood, cedars, and then the cherry trees. Speaking of, let's throw a cherry tree here and just mix it up a bit. Fabulous. I do have a large cherry tree. It's not quite fully grown, so sure, we'll have that there, and then we'll put just a peach behind it. Again, stunt that growth. I will be moving the houses that are behind this tree area, so obviously these are 3 houses here. I believe it's... who is it? It's Dom. Is it Stella? There's Dom's house. Who is your house? Frita, even. So yeah, I will be moving these, and obviously my home as well. But for the time being, I'm just using these trees to kind of cover up the area when you have a look from the first, basically the airport, and that's not where I want it. Come on. But yeah, I'll be moving them, but I need to get a clear idea as to what I would actually like to do with those particular houses, and yeah, what roles they're going to play on my island. Nearly done with all the trees, which is good because moving trees is a bit of a hassle. Obviously, it just takes so much time, and you need to constantly eat the fruit or various bits of food. And hopefully we've got something that's already half stunted. We do not. Okay, I've made a miscalculation somewhere. So what I'd done is I'd placed the wrong tree down, and it was really throwing me because I wanted this particular one to be stunted, and oh, you'll see why in a minute. But here we go, just throw that down. Fabulous. And this last tree. Cool. So now I've got a few just bits of bushes and things like that to throw around. So we'll plonk one here. Much like the flowers, much like the trees, there is no real order to these bushes. I don't have particular favourites or anything like that. It's just what was in season, what leaf could essentially sell me at the time. And we'll place one in this little gap here. I don't know if you'll see it because of the items I will place there. I wonder why the music stopped then for a second. That kind of weirded me out. But you get to hear the town tune. Fabulous. The anthem. I've got a little bit of fencing here. It's coral fencing. Corral fencing. I don't know which is the pronunciation. If anyone knows the proper pronunciation, please let me know in the comments. But I am just a humble fool. That's not where I wanted the fence. That seems a bit better. And then... cool. And then a little bit of country fencing. I do like mixing the fencing up. I think it just gives it a bit more of a rustic feel as well. Especially if you're going for cottagecore or something pretty natural. But I want this little area to be properly fenced off. I will need to leave a small gap though, just so that I can obviously access this area whilst I do the build. But I'll fence it off proper right at the end. Have I missed any gap? No, it's literally just the one bit of fence here. So I'm going to just drop this little bit of fencing on the floor right next to the actual fence itself. that will remind me to then block off this fence when we're done. Plant this weed, these various peaches. I don't think I need them anymore, but I'm just going to keep them on my person, just in case there is a extra tree that I've somehow missed, and it wouldn't surprise me being me. But again, bear with me, and I'm going to run over and get some more items, and then we'll get this build finished. So, see you in a second. Okay, we're on the home stretch, so I'm going to first do this little area, because this is the main kind of entrance, honestly, when you look through. So this is what you're going to see when you first come at the airport. And I want it to feel very natural, I want it to feel very cottagecore. So there is going to be a evergreen ash tree? Evergreen ash, it is indeed. That's not where I want it though, but luckily through the power of root strength I can push it where it needs to be. It's pretty impressive as a player, you can just push a tree. Obviously the fact that you can carry like what, 40 trees or something like that, that's pretty impressive in its own right. I do have a log bench, so very friendly kind of area just to have a sit down. You may have noticed, when I find it eventually, I do have a greenhouse box. So again, I want everything to feel very natural, I want it to feel like they really care for this island. And I have a little stool, which is going to have some carnations and a moss ball. So the carnations, I want it on the right hand side just because it's a tiny splash of the red and pink colour. The moss ball obviously blends in a little bit, but I just like it as an item. So yeah, I have a little hose reel which is going to sit out the front here. No, I'm not going to spin that around. I was going to spin it around, but there's no real reason for me to do so. And I have, when I find it, some potted starter plants. Cool. I actually have a couple of these, so I will be using a few of them dotted around the island. I'm surprised I managed to pick out the colour that I wanted though, because I wanted the pink ones, and yeah, all good. I do have some log stakes, so I'm just going to dot a few kind of within the trees. So make it feel like it's almost a bit of a natural fence, just, who knows, I guess they've just kind of formed there from various little trees that tried growing in between all the big trees and they didn't quite make it. It's just a little bit to kind of, you know, just add some texture. And we'll just flip that one round so it's a little bit different from the other one. Fabulous. We'll have a look through here. Let's go into camera mode. Yeah, I'm liking that. Hopefully you guys are as well. Right, last little bit before I officially say that I'm finished, and that is this area here. Now you may be wondering why I obviously wanted this area fenced in. And it's because I've got this really cool little design code, which I'm going to be using here. And these sheep. It's absolutely adorable, and I just, once I saw them, I knew I had to use them somewhere. And this is a sheep island after all. It is a sheep paradise. So there's going to be a few sheep just herding around. It's probably not a real verb, but there you go. The verb to herd. But obviously, if there's going to be sheep here, they need a food source. So we've got a hay bed. That's going to be their main source of food. I'm going to have a faucet here. I believe it's the brick one. It is indeed. It could have been the wooden one for all I knew. And there's a little wooden bucket, so obviously whoever tends these sheep will fill the bucket with water. They can have a drink when they need to. They've got their food. But I'm going to have more than one, so let's bust out another couple of these designs. Now, can I rotate it the right way? No, I cannot. Because, you know. It's inevitable. And then we're going to have just... I guess one kind of up here. Sorry, I'm forgetting how to game. Oh, rotated rotated it the right way round first time. I am so gamer. And then just to finish it off, we've got that last bit of fence. Fantastic. So here we have obviously our little sheep pen, just leading up to the resident services. Like, whoever makes these designs, you're so talented. I wish I had this level of talent when it came to these design codes. Oh, just so good, honestly. So guys, that is my entrance build to Ewetopia, my all sheep island, which will be Cottagecore and obviously no terraforming. So hopefully you enjoyed what I did. If you did enjoy, please hit like and consider subscribing as well. For my next couple of videos, I plan to do a build on Jailtown, my crime island, and I'll also be touring, hopefully, some of your islands as well. Oh, we've got Kurlos just having a look, seeing what I've done, checking out the goods. I guess he approved. So guys, I want to say again, thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you next time, and until next time, have a good one. Cheers.